As we race towards 2022, the political landscape is beginning to change and there are many surprises. Today, the greatest surprise is that William Samoei Ruto seems to be resigning from the race. He seems to be withdrawing. Sometimes back I said my friend retired Colonel Mugambi told me generals don't retreat, they withdraw their troops. William Samoei Ruto seems to be withdrawing. If his tweets are anything to go by, the tweets are of somebody who is giving up. First of all, reacting to what is pure rumor. Some Kamba people went to State House, and when they came out of State House, they were saying that Uhuru Kenyatta, the President of the Republic of Kenya, had said he was going to support one NASA candidate. Many people interviewed me, both international and local media. I told them I don't believe that, but we can continue on that assumption if you insist. Now, when Mutua, Governor of Machakos, on Citizen TV, made it clear that the President hadn't said that, because I knew he wouldn't say that. So William Ruto to react in that manner to what, for all intents and purposes, were rumors, is a clear indication of a man who knows he has lost it all. Not strange at all. William Samoei Ruto has lost it all and is giving up to save his troops, and indeed he must save his troops. Because if he were to be obstinate and insist on going to the wire, if William Samoei Ruto insists, despite all the indications that 2022 is gone with the handshake people, if he insists, there are going to be many, many casualties. A number of these young politicians from especially Mount Kenya region, Kimani Ichung'wah, my friend, Ndindi Nyoro, Alice, all these are my friends, Rigathi Gachagua, they will suffer. They will never see parliament and they will have erased their political career permanently. So in order to save his troops, especially those from around Mount Kenya, it might be desirable, and I'm seeing that happening. Now let us look at why William Samoei Ruto would want to give up, why he's resigning, why he believes, I am sure in his inner soul, he knows it is gone. And these are the reasons. The reasons are to be found around the mountain and on the top of the mountain. Sometimes back I said that if I were William Samoei Ruto and I was calculating my chances, I will make Mount Kenya votes bonus. In other words, what I will do is tick the boxes, look for the numbers. Look for the numbers across the country. If I can get 6 million votes or 7, minus Mount Kenya, then I would know in the event Mount Kenya slips through my fingers, I still have a fighting chance. On the contrary, what happens is that William Ruto has all his hopes on Mount Kenya. And yet Mount Kenya has now slipped out of his hands. Let's look at the situation around the mountain. There are 3 possibilities around Mount Kenya, none of which favors William Samoei Ruto. The 3 possibilities I equate to the film that was very famous when we were young. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Starring Clint Eastwood, the good, Lee Van Cleef, the bad, El Wallach, the ugly. Those 3 scenarios, none of which favors William Samoei Ruto. And that's why I'm saying the vote is gone. Let us start with the ugly. For Mount Kenya people, the ugly situation is where the mountain is torn and into pieces, fractured into small bits. Perhaps Muturi might decide to stand on his own. He will go with Mount Kenya East. Perhaps within Mount Kenya West, there could be a number of candidates. Perhaps within Mount Kenya West, there could be a few votes going with Uhuru Kenyatta to Raila Odinga or somebody like that. So those pieces of Mount Kenya, even if Ruto picked a piece, that there will be diehards who want to die with him, like a tick follows a cow all the way to the slaughterhouse. Even if there were such a diehard supporters, and I can see a couple of them, it will be a small piece that will make no difference in his fall. So the ugly for Mount Kenya, fractured, small pieces, Ruto may pick a piece that will not save him. The bad. The bad for Mount Kenya, people from Mount Kenya, is for the first time the Kikuyu will not have a candidate. Or at least not a serious candidate. But that Uhuru Kenyatta will succeed to marshal the mountain, that at some point everybody shall face Mount Kenya. And they shall not only face Mount Kenya, they shall do so because Uhuru Kenyatta has said, and that Uhuru Kenyatta will deliver them wherever he wants to deliver them. That is the bad for Mount Kenya. The ugly having been the fractured small pieces. Now to the good. The Mount Kenya people, seeing what is happening around, will decide, could decide rather, that tumechoka na hii mchezo. We thought Ruto was strong enough. He has turned out to be weak. What's going to happen? Our votes are going to be fractured. We shall not have any influence where we are going, because our influence with Ruto was going to be, if you take all the votes to him, we will be the strongest members of that cabinet, that government, will call the shots. He will not do without us. Now that we are fractured, hii ni mchezo na tutaki hiyo mchezo. So they could then unite and rally around one person. And that one person would easily get the presidency. And the name of Jimmy Wanjigi has begun to crop up. Now this Jimmy Wanjigi man, this mysterious guy, this Mr. Fix-It, this key strategist with very deep pockets, if the Kikuyus were to unite around him, that will be the good for them. I'm not saying it's good, I'm saying in the context of the good, the bad, and the ugly. That situation is potent. It is so tough that were that to happen, then Jimmy Wanjigi will face his friend. A very interesting scenario. And in the politics, these things happen. It's like in football. You are playing for a club, or you are a coach to a club, and then you are hired by another club. Either through transfer if you are a player, or a coach like Mourinho is given a better offer by another club. Then he is facing his former club. Jimmy Wanjigi will then be facing Raila. And I can assure you it will be a battle. And it will not produce an outright winner. There is going to be a run out between Raila Odinga and Jimmy Wanjigi. In that case, Kenyans will decide. It is always very tricky. We saw the case of Liberia with George Weah. When he emerged top, but he could not make the 50% mark. What happened? Rerun, and he lost badly. You can never know how a rerun will shape, because there are some people who are annoyed. Maybe the Kikuyus, maybe the Kalenjin will be so annoyed with the Kikuyus, they could back Raila. And vice versa. But that is the situation, but whichever way you look at it, William Ruto is gone. He has no numbers. And now, because numbers are important in politics, you can say all the things you are saying. That's why I laugh at people like Kalonzo Musyoka. When they say, I will not back Raila Odinga, I will be stupid to do so. I better go to Ikulu. Of course, politicians eat their words. Winston Churchill told us, he eats words and they never give him constipation. So look at Kalonzo Musyoka. I want to take you through what it takes to have numbers. In 2007, Kalonzo Musyoka stood. He got 900,000 votes or thereabout. Why? The Kambas believed he could win. They were saying Kalonzo Musyoka did not only go to Meru school, but that he was almost a Meru. You cross the river and you are in Meru. So the Merus will vote for him. The Kambas also believe, because of AIC, the church, that is predominantly Kamba and the Kalenjin, because of that, the Kalenjin would back Kalonzo Musyoka. That's why they were dying with him. They have soon learned that is a joke. So if he stands today and is not the handshake candidate, if he gets 500,000 votes, I don't know what I will give him. I'll give him something. Dito Mudavadi. Mudavadi is now saying, no, I cannot back Raila. We backed him. What? I'm going to the wire. I'm going to the debate. Yes, you go. In 2013, Mudavadi got about 400,000 votes. Why? The Luyas believed he had a running mate who was a Kikuyu, Kioni, that Kikuyu used to vote for him. And that's why they believed Kioni will bring a few votes, but Kioni didn't even bring one vote. So they voted for him because the Kikuyus voted for him. The Luyas also believed, because Moi had been with Mudavadi, Wycliffe Musalia's father, for many years, Moses Mudavadi had actually helped Moi, instrumental in him becoming a member of parliament for Rift Valley, eventually propelling himself to vice president and then president. The Luyas believed that the Kalenjin, because of that factor, will vote for Mudavadi. And that's why they gave him 400,000 votes. Let me tell you today, if Musalia Mudavadi stands outside the handshake, if he gets 300,000 votes, I'll be shocked. He will not get. So numbers are critical. And that's why William Samoei Ruto, at this juncture, must have looked at the plate, looked at the numbers, and they realized I've lost Mount Kenya. If I take my troops to war without Mount Kenya votes, I'm simply taking them to a slaughterhouse. And he has therefore given up. And I want to salute him, because I've said this thing repeatedly. If you go into war in 2022, if you go into this fight, if you go into this race, 2022, the victor will vanquish the one who loses. If William Samoei Ruto goes into this election, he thinks I can lose and he will never be in politics again. And I want to send a message to all politicians in this country. 2022 is a turning point of Kenyan politics. Whether you are old by age or you are young, I can assure you, anybody who loses next year, and anybody from NASA who plays outside the league, who plays outside NASA, will lose. And if you lose, whether you are William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi, Raila, whoever loses, irrespective of their age, they will disappear from Kenyan politics. This will happen even to parliamentary seats and MCA seats. Governor, anybody who, 2022 is a turning point. So unless you are in the team that is winning, even if you yourself are not standing, you will be finished and that will be your end. And it's for this reason that I believe William Samoei Ruto, having seen defeat staring him in the eyes direct after losing Mount Kenya, is most likely making the right decision. And that right decision is in order to save his troops for another war. For another war. At him, William Samoei Ruto, if he does not run next year, he stands a chance. If he runs next year, he will be vanquished. And I'm sure he wants to avoid that. So today, I am saying, I will not be surprised if William Samoei Ruto doesn't run in the year 2022.